Basically, sack the guy.
Sack them.
Previously on ITL.
If the leader is always lenient, I mean, there's going to be zero discipline.
If we take certain things personal, we cannot get to a certain level.
Are we asking why people are leaving? That's another thing.
You sign up.
Sometimes people, like, let's appreciate efforts.
I feel like when you sign up for something, unless maybe people are forcing you to join, but when you take a step to sign up for something, you should commit.
It's frustrating.
It's all for you. It's all about you. You used to groove, used to music, make you move. It's all for you. It's all about you.
When I went to Ashasi, a great opportunity to minister to students. Because I was a student myself, I found God when I was in secondary school. So I know school ministrations are a life-changing point. I always tell people, the number of pastors and ministers I know who found God in school, some of them are really big pastors, and the fruits of that soul are incredible. So I do not joke with school ministry at all. But it's a mixture of feelings because the team are fairly new to ministry in that sense. Many people are used to singing in church and stuff, the team. But I don't think the kind of exposure I got to growing up, because I was born in Joyful, my parents were part of the founding members. So I've kind of been at crusades, I've seen it 1,000 times, and I kind of know what could happen, what couldn't happen. But I'm really hoping the team can understand that these are the things that matter more.
With what we do, you get a lot of exposure, and sometimes you mix things up. You think it's, stardom or something like that. That's not what it is. Ministry is service. Ministry is about God and not about you. And as young people, we need that kind of direction and coaching, and somebody who's just watching you and telling you whether you're off or you're on track.
Maybe it's my fault. I've probably spoken a lot more about punches and syncopations and harmonies. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm planning to have a chat with them in the bus to share my own recent experiences with them, just to let them be aware that I take these things very seriously, and I'm hoping that they will also. As we are going, we learned our punches administration is great, but I want us to really focus on what God wants in this administration, because this will be the best of another lighthouse. Because one person there might be there. So as we are ministering and using the handkerchief, let's be praying. Everything has power inside. So this weekend I was in Sunyani.
So with a clap of hands, I want us to welcome, I don't have to call him brother or pastor or brother Jebi Jokoto.
I want to challenge us to be able to contribute to that process of moving from being talented here to where? To where? Skillful. Having that responsibility and seeking the one who gave you the talent in the first place. Father, how do I develop this to a point that I'm skillful for your use? The first time in my life, right, I was called to go and lay hands on people.
So what we want to anoint you. We have men of God here.
I don't do that. I was very scared. So the guy came and said, Jed, you don't come and pray. I was like, okay. And then after some minutes, I realized he was serious. He had formed 3 long queues.
And so the men of God, pastor will be on that queue. Our man of God will be in this queue. And I'll be in the last queue. It's not going to, it's a simple touch with the oil. And together we are saying, God, it is you that calleth. not man.
It's like, oh no, what have I agreed to? Because I was but actually I'm not a man of God. I'm trying to tell you that I'm not a man of God. But seriously, like, why are you called? Because people were there, Charlie.
They're expecting.
They are serious people. And I've been called to come and join them. Right? I was like, oh no. So basically, we formed the 3 queues and then started praying. And I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to realize that I'm not very anointed. Because if you pray for people when they are just passing by, nothing's happening, and there are other queues and people are falling and screaming, it's like, I was wrong with this queue. What's wrong with this queue? So I said, Father, you know that I don't know how to do this. I've never done it before, so Father, you guys do what you want. Right? So by the 4th person I prayed for, you won't believe it, things started happening.
Wow.
Like, as I charged, I was praying for her. She started, like, it was crazy. Can you imagine? So I was like, I was confused. I was like, are you sure? That's what I was thinking, like, are you sure? Like, but the point is that God can use anybody. It's not by might. It's not by mind. The devil clouds our minds with a lot of things. Like, you forbid this, if you know the Bible, like, if you do, but God actually wants to use you more than you think. So don't forget that as you are playing the drums, you have no idea the impact of that. Once you condition your mind, Father, I'm all yours. Use me as you please, Father. You'll be amazed the lives will change. So let's just encourage you. This is happening this weekend, and it's changed my life. Like, I never thought that.
Man of God.
I hate when people call me pastor. I don't see myself like that.
Pastor,
you know, but I'm like, why not? We are all pastors actually. We are all children of God. So as you go out there, have that mind. You are a pastor. You are a chosen child of God. When you were born, God thought about this day. Right? And the devil can cloud your mind and have fun and things, but have a good time, but don't lose that focus. Without that, everything else is useless.
There's no God like our God. And indeed, there's no rock like our God. There's no rock like our God. No rock like our God. No rock like our God. The name of our like our God. No rock like our. Come on, declare it. No rock like our God. No rock like our God. No rock like our. There is no rock like our God. Lift your voice. No rock like our God. There's no. There is no rock like our God. There is no rock like our God.
Though we've come back from Ashasi administration with Calvis, and it was such a powerful experience, I still can't get it off my mind what happened a couple of weeks ago, the whole open forum where I addressed the concerns of the team on the assignments we're not doing. And
are we asking why people are leaving?
I don't think it's completely resolved. I think, I'm going to speak to a few people I know in ministry to glean some wisdom, some key ideas,
ITL panels, the slicing and dicing of the most controversial topics in music ministry.
We have three very key people who I think have a good understanding and experience in different perspectives of how this applies. So we're talking about commitment and loyalty in the gospel music industry. What does that really mean? So I'll introduce my guests. I'll start with Pastor Emmett. I know him personally. He's an amazing songwriter. He goes around different parts of the country, secondary schools, and ministers through music and the word Christ. And then next to Pastor Emmett is Reverend Theodore Asari, the father of one of our team members, Philip Asari, and he's actually the CEO of Theovision. Theovision does a lot of, out of the 60 languages that we have so far, sort of in Ghana, 40 have been translated into audio, and that is a powerful thing because that means that those who can't read as well are able to appreciate the gospel in their own language. Yeah, so thank you so much. And then Hakim. So I'm an instrumentalist, Hakim is an instrumentalist, so there's a unique connection. Yeah, and he's played on almost every album in the country, right? Almost. Okay, so the first thing I think I mentioned earlier, we'll probably discuss before we get into it is, what does commitment or loyalty really mean to you in the roles you play now?
I think that if we should go the Bible way, 1 Corinthians 4:2, it's a requirement of every steward to be faithful. So, and in talking about faithfulness, then you're talking about loyalty and commitment. So loyalty or commitment simply means showing a strong support, a strong commitment, a strong faith, a strong desire towards something or somebody.
It goes beyond words, what you're saying. Okay. Wow. What do you think?
I think loyalty is not reward-based or influenced, because there are some people who are loyal with something in mind, and I don't think that's what loyalty stands for. It is not reward-oriented. It should be, I'm loyal to this person because I want to be, whether there's something coming out of it or not.
For example, Jerbette or Pastor Emmett. Pastor Emmett, when he goes for programs, there's money shared with the team, so I'm committed to the money.
What you just said is what everybody does pretty much for an 8-to-5 job. Commitment in ministry is not money-based. But any other thing, I'm sure it will. Everybody likes money. So
you personally, is it okay to be committed with money being an influence?
Oh, yeah. If I'm doing a project for somebody and then I'm putting in man hours and it's work for me, yes. But if it's ministry, it's another thing. And I'm not committed to an artist. I'm committed to a vision. So I might be with you and you start a project, I don't see myself in it, I'm not committed to that project.
What do you think?
Well, I think sometimes it all boils down to motivation. I mean, you can be with somebody not have any sort of motivation. That is when the monetary issues come in. Because if you follow somebody for a very long time, let's say I have people following me for a very long time, you're working with somebody for about 5 years. The person sees you ministering all around. He sees you taking envelopes every day. And at the end of the day, you are the only person putting the envelope in your pocket. Nothing comes to them. Obviously, people's loyalty towards such a cause will begin to dwindle.
Wow. Very interesting. Daddy, what do you think?
When it comes to loyalty to a cause, to a person, to a vision, motivation, it's not reward. It's not reward. It's not money. It's not reward. It's about just deciding that this is what I want to do. Okay, no matter, because if somebody is loyal to a leader, even if the leader falls, make mistakes, you are committed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, you are committed. I mean, that's a loyal person.
Even in the flaws of the leader.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. Leaders can fall. Leaders have weakness. You can go through the Bible. David, Solomon, all of them. But if you are loyal to them, it's not their fault. But it's about your commitment, your vision, your stableness, your faithfulness to that person.
Adding to what that he said, God never calls anybody outside of his character.
Okay.
When God calls a man, he calls you with the totality of your being. God doesn't say, I'm calling you because of this and I'm leaving your character out. That is why when you follow a man, you have to understand that he is a man who is capable of making mistakes. And so when you look at the mistakes of a man, it's easy for you to walk back. But when you understand that the person carrying the oil and the mandate is a man and has the ability to make mistakes, you will sometimes look beyond the mistakes and know that there is a mandate you are following.
People have a perception of leaders. When they see you playing guitar, they see you, they because of the oil and anointing on you, they hold you in a certain regard. And sometimes that regard means expectations. They expect you to talk a certain way, expect you to handle your relationship a certain way. So when they don't see those things, right, the tendency for them to question the pedestal you are on. And for most people, that pedestal equates to the purpose for which they follow you. But what I'm hearing now sounds like we should be able to follow people not based on their righteousness. That's what it sounds like that you are saying, right? So if I decide to follow Pastor Emmett, not because Pastor Emmett is perfect. Pastor Emmett is a man of God. He's a man who will make mistakes.
Exactly.
And I'm following him because I believe in his vision.
There is nobody on this earth who is without fault. If you're a fault finder, you will never be able to serve under any ministry.
Wow.
Yes, if you're a person who's always looking for faults and looking for what this man did, you realize that you jump from one ministry to the other, and you realize that, so this guy also can do this. You leave that. That is how come you have people who move from one church to the other. They are looking for something they are not finding.
If you find a man of God who falls, or maybe a minister or a fellow musician who falls along the way, but still has the vision in mind and still wants to get that thing done, then you know that you can support someone like this. That's where my loyalty will lie. But if I see that, for one, that you are not even interested in the vision after a while, like you don't care, you just want to go and do your own thing, I'm sorry, I'm gone.
Many a times, I tell people, live well. Be released. Be sent off. Okay. So it needs to be managed well so that it doesn't bring anything against the body of Christ.
How does one leave a choir? I'm tired of overflow. I'm going to joyful way. I'm tired of Jerbette. Or how does one practically?
Yes, let me use myself as an example. I worked with the Archbishop, the late Archbishop Idahosa, for 8.5 years. I started seeing that I need to come back home. So then I need to prepare the mind of the man of God. Say that, okay, we've been here, things are moving fine, but I'm feeling like, going back home to start something. So he said, okay, give me some time. Okay? So I was prepared. This took about 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
When I prepared myself to leave. And it was back and forth and talking and. So a time came and he said, now you can go.
Did you say, when you asked him, it took 2 to 3 years before he actually said you can go?
Yes.
Wow, so even though you wanted to go, you
yes,
couldn't go because
I have to wait.
He didn't agree for you
exactly.
to go.
I have to wait.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying live well. Okay. Live well so that you can go back. Or you need people like that, you need their blessing. Very, very important. You need their blessing. You need their sending off. Okay. So you don't just leave because you want to leave. That's the loyalty aspect, that side. So it's very important that if somebody wants to leave Jerbette, okay, he needs to prepare your mind well.
Hey, Daddy, Philip, are you leaving? are you preparing my mind?
Because you should be able to call the person. I remember when I left and came back to Ghana. By that time, I was trying to put my foot down and try to do things. And then he called me, the Archbishop. The Hausa called me and said, listen, we have a crusade. I was not only a TV producer, I was also managing all his crusades, technical things, sound, lighting, everything on crusade ground, big time. So that time, Ora Robert was coming.
Wow.
Ghana to have a crusade with the Archbishop in Nigeria and in Ghana. And also, we have a team going to Uganda. He wrote me and said, listen, we want you to manage this for us. So all the technical aspect, even though I have left, based in Ghana, by that time I was working with Archbishop Duncan Williams.
Wow.
Okay, as a sound thing. And so he wrote me, I have to put myself together. And then we started traveling with the team to do the whole thing.
Even though you had left?
I've left. So you have to live well. Very, very important. So that the ministry can continue.
I have to call some people. I've not left, honestly. That's the practical thing you see.
No, but it's true.
From what they said, one thing I do is if I'm somewhere and if it's time for you to leave, you will know. You like I said, the 2 years period, like he knew that I have to. You start getting the prompting. So one thing is ministry. People always come and go, but so far as there's someone to replace you to do what you are doing, the person might not do it as well as you because you are different. We are different people. But so far as there's someone there who is trustworthy and can manage and operate the thing to a certain standard, so once you are there, you start training people. You start training this guy, so I learn how to do this. You to learn how to do this. Okay, put this in charge of this. You to in charge of this. So after a while, even if you are not in church, in my situation, at a point, you have programs, you have to travel outside, you have to go here, you have to go out of town. But you have someone who can sit in for you and fill in for you, even if you're in a group. But there are some men of God who will not allow you to go. Yeah. No matter how reasonable and how sensible.
What are you saying, Hakim? Are you saying that in those cases you don't have to leave, you can't live well?
No, I'm just saying that there are some people who will not make it possible for you to leave because they don't want to lose you. So the only way to leave, no matter how you go about it, it will not be well.
No, but me, I strongly believe that the moment I tell you, Jerbette, I've been with you all these years, please, I want to leave. I mean, my first church, I served for 14 years. And I didn't live well. Yeah, I didn't live well, I'm confessing. After 14 years of serving as a praise and worship leader for almost 10 years, music director for almost 5 years,
Wow.
I left.
Wow.
I left, and it took me 2 years to restore the relationship I had with the church because I did not live well. And I had to go through a lot before I could build up that confidence I had with my former church. So it's very important that you live and live very well, because the door you close behind may be the door you may want to enter tomorrow. And if you don't learn how to close it very well, you realize that you will be struggling in a certain area of your life. And because I had to go back to rebuild what I spoiled. So it's very crucial and very important that you learn how to live well.
So the key points I'm getting from this is the importance of communication. Communication sounds like it's a key aspect. If you're going to leave, you have to make it a point to be intentional about communicating respectfully. I think we all agree on that. Talk about communication. How do you communicate? Because communication is two-way. You might be portraying something else. Somebody else might be seeing something else. You don't come to church for 6 months because you don't have money. Somebody sees it as you are disloyal. You know, every time you come, you haven't learned the song. Play the song, the intro, you've forgotten the intro. Why? This guy is not committed. Maybe you don't have light in your house to charge your phone to rehearse it. There are many reasons, but I think the key point I'm picking from this is communication and seeking God's timing and God's mind in this.
I think my last words would be, we should always try to fight the fifth column. One of the things we need to fear and we need to work on is the enemy within. People within the ministry who are very disloyal, who are very not committed, who have the ability to cause every vision to crumble down. When you discover such a person in your ministry, the first thing you need to do is talk to the person, second time talk to the person, third time kick the person out of the ministry. Because they are the ones that will not only spoil, but they will influence others to spoil. So we need to discover them.
Basically, sack the guy.
Sack them.
Yeah, there are some people, it happened in the New Testament church. There are some people you should release them. To go.
That's a biblical term for sack. I release you. I release you.
Yeah, don't sack, just release him to go and continue the ministry somewhere else. So that you can work with your team.
Wow.
It's very important.
You are talking about loyalty to do with the second party, but mine would be self. Be loyal to yourself, because the greatest gift you can give to any group you are part of is growth. When you grow yourself, you are a better asset or a greater asset to the team you are working with.
Thank you so much. Ready, any last words from you?
I would like to say that we all should pray to be loyal and committed to what we are doing. Even if you are not seeing it well or things are not working out, just be committed. Okay? God's time will come. And believe God that that time will come for you to also know that this is the time for you to move on. So I'll still encourage people to be loyal to leadership, loyal to what they are doing. Leaders should also be loyal to those who are serving, so that it's one cause. Glorify the name of the Lord in everything that we do. And it's not ourselves. So this will be my last word for people.
I've been very blessed. I really hope whoever is watching, wherever you are, whether you're in Japan, you're in Russia, you're in Konongo, you're in Kaswa, I really hope that you've gotten a sense of what it means to be a Christian minister, what it means to be committed, loyalty, not just what you see on the outside and people are following people, we are doing key things, but the real issues behind what you see on stage. You know, Pastor Emmett, you see him worshiping. Now you've heard Pastor Emmett talk, you've heard Hakim, you've heard Reverend as well. The details of reality that deals with loyalty and commitment. I myself have been very blessed. There's so many things I have to do from here. I have to call many people and apologize, but that's me. I'm hoping that out of this, somebody out there will also recognize the power in this and also make things right. And some of you are considering leaving your churches now, your ministries. Don't. Think about it. Think about it before you leave that music director. Because where you're going else, you don't know. You don't know. So please think about it. Don't just, and if you find yourself somewhere, give it your 110 best. You are there for a season. Next 3 years, you might not be there again. If you are not happy, find a way. Communicate your intentions and trust God to lead you in that. And I think with that, the ministries in Ghana will be blessed. There will be no friction, no backbiting, and we will be able to do this the way God wants us to do it. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Next on ITL.
Jody gave us some mad warning. If you are not giving him what he wants, he's very strict, you know.
Hello? Hello?
It's all for you, it's all about you.